Good day, Mathpal Legends! Welcome to another new mathematical experience of learning mathematics. I am Teacher Jimmy, your Mathpal Legend teacher of Mathematics 7. Kaduo na! KML pa! Welcome to my e-classroom. I know you are very excited to learn something new, but before anything else, prepare the following materials: module, pen, and extra paper. Now, get ready for our mathematical learning experience on plotting irrational numbers on a number line. Before we start our discussion for today, let us see if you have already mastered the previous lesson, which is all about estimating the square root of a whole number to the nearest hundreds. Let us have classic adventure review. Help Nana to find the exact doors to be opened to reach her home by estimating the square root to the nearest hundreds. You need to select the exact door to be opened out of the four set of doors. Are you ready to help Nana? Let's go! In order to find the exact door to be opened, Nana should have to estimate the square root of 21. Is it 3.87 or 4.58? Now, let us find the two closest perfect squares of 21. Obviously, it lies between the square root of 16 and square root of 25. To determine which of these perfect squares has a closer value of square root of 21, let us find the distance between 16 and 21 and also 21 and 25. 21 minus 16 is equal to 5, and 25 minus 21 is equal to 4. Hence, square root of 21 is closer to square root of 25. Therefore, the value of 21 is closer to 5. If your answer is 4.58, then you are correct. Wise choice. The second set of doors are now ready. Which door has the correct value of square root of 79? The value of square root of 79 lies between square root of 64 and square root of 81. Get their difference. 79 minus 64 is equal to 15, and 81 minus 79 is equal to 2. Therefore, square root of 79 is closer to 9. From our choices, 8.37 is closer to 8, while 8.89 is closer to 9. If your answer is 8.89, you are correct. Do you want to make friends with Nana? This time we have 3 doors, and which door has the estimated value of square root of 107? 107 is closest to the perfect squares 100 and 121. 107 minus 100 is equal to 7. And 121 minus 107 is equal to 14. Therefore, square root of 107 is closer to 10. It may be 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, or 10.4. Let us square each value. 10.1 squared is equal to 102.1. 10.2 squared is equal to 104.04. 10.3 squared is equal to 106.09. 10.4 squared is equal to 108.16. In this case, 10.3 has the closest value of square root of 107. If your answer is 10.34, you got it right! Amazing! One of these last set of doors will be the exact home of Nana. Help Nana to find the estimated value of square root of 50. The value of square root of 50 lies between square root of 49 and square root of 64. Then, 50 minus 49 is equal to 1, and 64 minus 50 is equal to 14. Therefore, square root of 50 is closer to 7. It might be 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3. Let us square the values. 7.0 squared is equal to 49. 7.1 squared is equal to 50.41. 7.2 squared is equal to 51.84. 7.3 squared is equal to 53.29. So, square root of 50 lies between 7.0 and 7.1. Since square root of 50 is closer to 7.1, let us try these values. 7.06, 7.07, 7.08, and 7.09. Let us square each value. 7.06 squared is equal to 49.8436. 7.07 squared is equal to 49.9849. 7.08 squared is equal to 50.1264. And 7.09 squared is equal to 50.2681. From these values, 7.07 is the estimated value of square root of 50. So, if your answer is 7.07, you're doing great! Victory! Did you enjoy the activity? Were you able to name the two consecutive integers with which the given square root would likely fall? Since we will be needing that concept in our next discussion. In every lesson, it is very important to have our learning competency, and that is plot irrational numbers of the square roots on the number line. Learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to 1. Plot irrational numbers on the number line. Number 2. Estimate the square root of an irrational number given a point on a number line. Now, how do you think are we going to plot the square roots on the number line? You will find this out in the activities that we prepared for you. What do you think are we going to do today? We are going to plot irrational numbers on a number line. But first, let us define irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are numbers which cannot be represented as a simple fraction. Their decimal forms are non-repeating and non-terminating. Examples of these are square root of 2, square root of 3, and pi. If we are going to plot irrational numbers on a number line, first, we are going to estimate the square root of the given irrational numbers. We can follow these steps. Step 1. Determine to which two closest perfect squares does the square root of the given number lies. Step 2. Determine which of the two perfect squares is closer to the square root of the given number. Step 3. Extract the square roots of the two closest perfect squares to find the two consecutive integers. Step 4. Estimate the square root of the given number. And Step 5. On the number line, locate the two consecutive integers, then plot the point. Let us have this example. Plot square root of 3 on the number line. Step 1. Determine to which two closest perfect squares does the square root of the given number lies. From this table of perfect squares, square root of 3 lies between the square root of 1 and square root of 4. So, the two closest perfect squares are 1 and 4. Step 2. Determine which of the two perfect squares is closer to the square root of the given number. To determine which one is closer, we have to get their difference. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, and 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Since the distance between 4 and 3 is less than the distance between 1 and 3, therefore, square root of 3 is closer to square root of 4. Step 3. Extract the square roots of the two closest perfect squares to find the two consecutive integers. Square root of 1 is equal to 1, and square root of 4 is equal to 2. So, the two consecutive integers are 1 and 2. Therefore, square root of 3 is closer to 2. Step 4. Estimate the square root of the given number. If square root of 3 is closer to 1, we can use these values. And if square root of 3 is closer to 2, we can use these values. Since square root of 3 is closer to 2, we can use these values. 1.5 squared is equal to 2.25. 1.6 squared is equal to 2.56. 1.7 squared is equal to 2.89. 1.8 squared is equal to 3.24. 1.9 squared is equal to 3.61. From these values, 2.89 is closest to 3. Therefore, the estimated value of square root of 3 is 1.7. Step 5. On the number line, locate the two consecutive integers, then plot the point. Since our two consecutive integers are 1 and 2, and square root of 3 is closer to 2, the point must be closer to 2. So, the point will be here. Let us have another example. Plot square root of 21 on the number line. Step 1. Determine the two closest perfect squares. Square root of 21 lies between square root of 16 and square root of 25. So, the two closest perfect squares are 16 and 25. Step 2. Determine the closer perfect square. Get their difference. So, 21 minus 16 is equal to 5. 25 minus 21 is equal to 4. Since 4 is less than 5, square root of 21 is closer to square root of 25. Step 3. Extract the square roots. Square root of 16 is equal to 4, and square root of 25 is equal to 5. So, the two consecutive integers are 4 and 5. Therefore, square root of 21 is closer to 5. Step 4. Estimate the square root of the given number. If square root of 21 is closer to 4, we can use these values. And if square root of 21 is closer to 5, we can use these values. Since square root of 21 is closer to 5, 4.5 squared is equal to 20.25. 4.6 squared is equal to 21.16. 4.7 squared is equal to 22.09. 4.8 squared is equal to 23.04. 4.9 squared is equal to 24.01. From these values, 21.16 is closest to 21. Therefore, the estimated value of square root of 21 is 4.6. Step 5. Plot the point. Since our two consecutive integers are 4 and 5, and square root of 21 is closer to 5, the point must be closer to 5. So, the point will be here. Next, plot square root of 87 on the number line. Step 1. Determine the two closest perfect squares. Square root of 87 lies between the square root of 81 and square root of 100. So, the two closest perfect squares are 81 and 100. Step 2. Determine the closer perfect square. First, get their difference. 87 minus 81 is equal to 6. 100 minus 87 is equal to 13. Since 6 is less than 13, the square root of 87 is closer to the square root of 81. Step 3. Extract the square roots. Square root of 81 is equal to 9, and square root of 100 is equal to 10. So, the two consecutive integers are 9 and 10. Therefore, square root of 87 is closer to 9. Step 4. Estimate the square root of the given number. If square root of 87 is closer to 9, we can use these values. And if square root of 87 is closer to 10, we can use these values. Since the square root of 87 is closer to 9, 9.1 squared is equal to 82.81. 9.2 squared is equal to 84.64. 9.3 squared is equal to 86.49. 9.4 squared is equal to 88.36. And 9.5 squared is equal to 90.25. From these values, 86.49 is closest to 87. Therefore, the estimated value of square root of 87 is 9.3. Step 5. Plot the point. Since our two consecutive integers are 9 and 10, and square root of 87 is closer to 9, the point must be closer to 9. So, it should be located here. Now, let's have an activity. Here, we're going to estimate the square root of an irrational number and find the letter that corresponds to it on the number line. Which point on the number line below corresponds to which square root? We have point A, B, C, D, E, and F. You have 5 seconds to answer each question. Number 1. Square root of 57. Timer. Time is up. The square root of 57 lies between the square root of 49 and square root of 64. 57 minus 49 is equal to 8, and 64 minus 57 is equal to 7. Therefore, the square root of 57 is closer to square root of 64. Square root of 49 is equal to 7, and square root of 64 is equal to 8. Since the square root of 57 is closer to 8, the point must be closer to 8. Locate 7 and 8 on the number line. So, the answer is letter D. Number 2. Square root of 6. Timer. Time is up. The square root of 6 lies between square root of 4 and square root of 9. 6 minus 4 is equal to 2, and 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. Therefore, square root of 6 is closer to square root of 4. Square root of 4 is equal to 2, and square root of 9 is equal to 3. Since the square root of 6 is closer to 2, the point must be closer to 2. Locate 2 and 3 on the number line. So, the answer is letter A. Number 3. Square root of 99. Timer. Time is up. The square root of 99 lies between square root of 81 and square root of 100. 99 minus 81 is equal to 18. 100 minus 99 is equal to 1. Therefore, the square root of 99 is closer to square root of 100. Square root of 81 is equal to 9, and square root of 100 is equal to 10. Since the square root of 99 is closer to 10, the point must be closer to 10. Locate 9 and 10 on the number line. So, the answer is letter E. Let us have number 4, square root of 38. Timer. Time is up. The square root of 38 lies between the square root of 36 and square root of 49. 38 minus 36 is equal to 2, and 49 minus 38 is equal to 11. Therefore, the square root of 38 is closer to square root of 36. Square root of 36 is equal to 6, and square root of 49 is equal to 7. Since the square root of 38 is closer to 6, the point must be closer to 6. Locate 6 and 7 on the number line. So, the answer is letter C. Number 5. Square root of 17. Timer! Time is up! The square root of 17 lies between square root of 16 and square root of 25. 17 minus 16 is equal to 1. 25 minus 17 is equal to 8. Therefore, square root of 17 is closer to square root of 16. Square root of 16 is equal to 4, and square root of 25 is equal to 5. Since the square root of 17 is closer to 4, the point must be closer to 4. Locate 4 and 5 on the number line. So, the answer is letter B. Now, you have just learned about plotting irrational numbers on the number line by following these steps. And you have just learned also on how to estimate the square root of an irrational number given a point on a number line. We still have more activities to go, so prepare your pen and paper. This activity will help you master the concept of our lesson for today. Are you ready? Come on! This activity is called Quiz Me, Freeze Me. While the point is traveling from one point to another, say freeze if you already know the location of the point. Are you ready? Let's go! Estimate the given square root and find its corresponding point on the number line. 1 is square root of 37, 2 is square root of 56, and 3 is square root of 24. The square root of 37 lies between square root of 36 and square root of 49. 37 minus 36 is equal to 1. 49 minus 37 is equal to 12. Therefore, square root of 37 is closer to square root of 36. Square root of 36 is equal to 6, and square root of 49 is equal to 7. Since the square root of 37 is closer to 6, the point must be closer to 6. Locate 6 and 7 on the number line and say freeze if you see the point. Freeze! Number 2. The square root of 56 lies between the square root of 49 and square root of 64. 56 minus 49 is equal to 7, and 64 minus 56 is equal to 8. Therefore, the square root of 56 is closer to square root of 49. Square root of 49 is equal to 7, and square root of 64 is equal to 8. Since the square root of 56 is closer to 7, the point must be closer to 7. Locate 7 and 8 on the number line and say freeze if you see the point. Freeze! Number 3. The square root of 24 lies between the square root of 16 and square root of 25. 24 minus 16 is equal to 8, and 25 minus 24 is equal to 1. Therefore, the square root of 24 is closer to square root of 25. Square root of 16 is equal to 4, and square root of 25 is equal to 5. Since the square root of 24 is closer to 5, the point must be closer to 5. Locate 4 and 5 on the number line and say freeze if you see the point. Freeze! Did you freeze the points on its corresponding location correctly? Great job! We just locate the point on the number line by finding the two consecutive integers. Then, determine which of these integers is closer to the given square root. To check if you really understood and have gained mastery of the lesson, you will plot the given irrational number on the number line. This will be an exercise for your brain here in Minute to Pin It. Pin and plot the point on a number line. Number 1, square root of 61. Number 2, square root of 29. And number 3, square root of 11. Your 1 minute to pin it starts now.
Time is up. Let's check your answer.
Number 1. The square root of 61 is between 7 and 8. This should be closer to 8. So you must pin the point closer to 8.
Number 2. The square root of 29 is between 5 and 6. So you must pin the point closer to 5.
Number 3. The square root of 11 is between 3 and 4. This should be closer to 3. So you must pin the point closer to 3. Well done! Congratulations, Math File Legends! To enrich your learning, please answer what's more an assessment part found in your module. That's all for today. I hope you learned something about our new mathematical learning experience. For deeper understanding, you can visit the Deped Commons and the Deped TV official YouTube channel. Remember, life is just plotting a point on a number line. Plot your goals and dreams in life according to your timeline.
And trust the process.
In our next episode, we will explore another mathematical learning experience, which is all about the subsets of real numbers.
Again, I am Teacher Jimmy, your Math File Legend teacher of Mathematics 7. Kaduna, KML pa!
Thank you.